The body of a well-known hairstylist in Denver has been found by Lakewood police. Jack Scraton, a transgender woman, was first reported missing by her family back in March of this year. Her disappearance alarmed and prompted then several efforts within the LGBTQ community, raising awareness and organizing searches. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jennifer Meckles. Tonight, loved ones spoke with our Colton Chavez. He joins us now with what's next for Jack's family.
Jenny, as you can imagine, hearts are breaking right now, and the mom tells us that police gave her this news today. Now, her friends tell me it's devastating, but it's also the first step in learning what really happened a few months ago.
Jax is a bright light. She was a loving person.
A bright light that continued to shine even through the darkest of times.
Even to those people that put her through so much adversity, if there was anything she could do to ever help them, she would have.
To know Jack Scraton was to love her.
You could know her for 5 years or you could know her for 5 minutes, and she would show you the same care either way.
Brandy Carey met Jax in 2020 while managing the salon she worked at. Over time, Carey says she became friends with Jax and her family.
I received a call from Jax's mom in the middle of the night.
On June 6th, Lakewood police say they found a body off West Colfax Avenue. Jax's mother says she learned it was her daughter from the Denver Police Department. Jax had been missing since April 15th. Her sudden disappearance raised concerns with Denver's LGBTQ community, with local organizations who joined the search to find her.
We were behind in the first place. We did not really realize that she was missing until the 23rd.
Brandy says hairstylists control much of their work schedule, and it's not uncommon for them to pop in and out of the salon. She says because of Dax, they want to start checking in more with their co-workers.
We're kind of trying to get everybody's updated information right now.
Information, something Brandy says there has been a lack of since Jax went missing.
It's not like TV. You know, the detectives are running a case and they can't let us know everything. So we're still in kind of that limbo right now.
With each tough truth comes a better understanding of what happened to her friend.
I want answers to my questions.
Brandy says what will always be known is the love Jax gave to everyone in her life.
Jax is a bright light. She will always be a bright light.
Jax's mother sent us a statement thanking everyone for their support throughout this process. Colton Chavez, 9 News.
Colton, thank you. North Glen police say a man is in custody tonight after he set fire to a car in a public park this evening. Police say it happened around 6:30 at the east end of E.B. Raines Jr. Memorial Park in North Glen. There was a group celebrating a baby shower. They say they noticed this man kind of lurking around, thought he was pretty suspicious. When they asked him if he was okay, witnesses say the man lit something on fire and threw it into a nearby car, then ran off. And that car caught fire. People at the baby shower were able to get the fire out before first responders got there. North Glen police say it's not clear what exactly that man lit on fire and threw into the car. Police have caught the suspect. He is now in custody. Now, certainly, on the heels of the attack in Boulder last week, there's a heightened sense of awareness and anxiety right now. Police tell us they do not believe this North Glen case was any kind of bias-motivated crime. They say it appears isolated, and police say there is no threat to the public tonight. All right, let's talk about that forecast, because after a full week of storms, the sunshine and the warm temperatures have finally returned to Denver today. We hovered in the upper 70s. It was wonderful. And even warmer weather is expected tomorrow. Corey Reppenhagen joined us tonight. We said earlier, it really felt like great baseball weather today, except your kiddos' games all got rained out because it was so wet this week.
Right, yeah, I thought it was awesome baseball weather, right? We were ready to play. Then we got the notice that the cancellation came in because of the rain that we had. So 5 really wet days to start June out here with some cool temperatures. So yeah, it was nice to get up to 80 degrees today. Across the city of Denver right now, it is a picture perfect night. 77 degrees here in downtown, 69 degrees at DIA. And we're almost to the point of the year where we start complaining about the heat, and probably by the end of the next 2 weeks, we will be right there. Here is the live radar picture right now. Not very much action across the state of Colorado. A little bit of some thunderstorms down to the south, mainly in New Mexico. Here's your day in Denver tomorrow. quite a bit of sunshine. We'll have a cool front roll in overnight about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. So it's going to keep the temperatures a little bit cooler, and we'll have a chance for afternoon, really late afternoon and early evening rain showers in Denver. I'll describe that coming up in just a few more minutes. Jenny?
All right, Corey, thank you. Tonight, we're learning that a kayaker has died after capsizing on the Arkansas River just south of Buena Vista. CPW says yesterday afternoon, 2 private boaters flipped their kayaks in fast-moving water. One person made it to shore safely, the other lost consciousness. CPW says a bystander paddled after him, was able to pull the man to shore, tried life-saving efforts. Ultimately, the 35-year-old man could not be revived. Officials say both kayakers had their proper safety gear on. Officials are urging anybody who's heading into the river, please check river conditions and always consider going with a guide. A tribute outside of the Boulder County Courthouse continues to grow in the wake of last week's attack on Pearl Street. And tomorrow, that very same space will host the return of the Boulder Jewish Festival. Thousands of people expected to gather on Pearl Street Mall for the festival. Music, food, community center events. The focus this year is on the victims of last week's attack. Organizers say this event will include enhanced security. They'll have SWAT teams, drones, a visible police presence, all of this to help people feel safe.
There's a lot of feelings when you go to that site, and I think there's a level of memory that will always be there for us. Bringing people together on that site is important, and at the same time it will be really hard.
That festival runs from 11 to 3 tomorrow on Pearl Street. Now, the man accused of those attacks is facing a federal hate crime, among other charges. Yesterday, Mohammed Solomon appeared in federal court for a hearing. He is accused, of course, of hurling lighted Molotov cocktails at people who were marching. 15 people got hurt during that attack last Sunday. Solomon, speaking through an Arabic interpreter, said only "yes" and "I understand" in court this week as a judge explained his rights. Earlier in the week, Boulder's district attorney filed 62 separate state criminal charges against him, including accusations of attempted first-degree murder for 14 of the victims. So he's in federal court and he's in state court. He's expected back in federal court on June 18th. His next court date in Boulder County is on July 15th. A man who's associated with the Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, has been sentenced in connection to a deadly shooting in Aurora. Now, this shooting happened last July at an apartment complex on Nome Street between Colfax and 16th. Aurora police say when they got there, they found 2 men were hurt in a shooting. A third person had a broken ankle. Police ultimately arrested 4 people for being involved in some way in this shooting. And today we learned that one of those men, Dixon Azuaje Perez, was sentenced for tampering with physical evidence. The judge sentenced him to 90 days for the misdemeanor, with credit served for 88 days. This weekend, King Soopers and its union workers are back at the bargaining table. Talks resumed in Aurora today after both sides had agreed to extend a 100-day stand-down deal after the strike back in February. That deal prevents the union from calling another strike. It also bars King Soopers from implementing a new contract without union approval. The agreement only lasts through tomorrow. Meantime, Colorado's other major grocer, Safeway, could see its own workers strike. Unionized workers with Safeway have now voted to authorize a strike. They're also in contract negotiations. That authorization vote means they could hit the picket lines. They do have to give a 72 hours notice. Our 9 Cares Colorado Shares Drive is happening right now. Of course, we are working with local food banks, raising money for people who are facing food insecurity. One of those is Food Bank of the Rockies, and young people are stepping up to help. Today, kids and teenagers from all across the Denver metro volunteered at the food bank. They were there to pack food today. Workers at the bank say Food Bank packs around 400 to 500 boxes of products every single day. Those go out to people and families facing hunger in our community, but they have to do it with help of volunteers like this kiddo, 10-year-old Evangeline. She is part of a crew of 90 people who help out every Saturday.
I like here more than school and recess because it's really fun and it's a lot of work just to help, and it feels good.
She's just sunshine. She's amazing. We love her so much here. She's our youngest regular, and from the first day that she started volunteering here, she expressed on how much she loved doing this to help other people.
Our 9 Cares Colorado Shares Drive is going on through Sunday, June 15th. You can scan this QR code to get to our donation page. You can also donate when you're at the checkout line at King Soopers. Our donation page, all of this information, you can also find it on 9news.com/9cares.